What's up, internet? It's your boy Lost in Phoenix, aka Lost in Leong, and I'm with a very special guest. It's Ben Falbo, everybody.
I'm back due to the not popular demand of anybody. So I'm here.
My demand.
All five of you that asked, I'm back.
I've demanded that Ben join me
Oh well.
for
Oh,
this very special thing. So, one thing I think is interesting about this is me and Ben are homies, but we we haven't hung out together that much actually. Um, so I think we clearly both have similar interests in wrestling, anime, and you're big into film, I know. And
of
so I think
course.
that's what's going to be fun about this is because I don't think I mean Ben might have an idea of what's going to be on my list. You see the title of the video, you know what we're doing here today. And I actually don't. I have an idea of what maybe Ben would have on his list, but I don't really know. So it's going to be fun to kind of find this out about where we're because I think we both know each other's wrestling opinions a little bit, and we both we should definitely do an anime one at some point too, so we could talk anime.
Oh,
But
absolutely. I will admit that might be that. I will admit though, despite my endeavor to educate myself with more and more anime and manga the last like 4 or 5 years, I'm still probably not even in the ballpark of the amount of stuff that you've watched. But if the day that topic arises, I will do my best to rise to the occasion on that one. But today,
yeah,
I believe our topic is far more in my immediate wheelhouse because I
yeah,
believe we're talking about
film,
yeah,
movies, all the
that thing that those people on Letterbox really like.
when for specifically modern films, all the best art, well, best slash our favorite movies of the 21st century. So since the year 2000, and yeah, let's just I guess we'll definitely go back and forth for fun. Um, I'll open things up since I guess I guess since I'm hosting. So I'm gonna do some honorable mentions out the gate here. Out the gate honorable mention Battle Royale from 2000.
That's an honorable mention of mine too.
Yes,
It was
great.
so close. It is so close to making the list. Consider that for me kind of an unofficial number 11. I kind of, you know what's
Okay.
funny? I almost didn't want to include it just because I know it was 2000 and I know technically the 21st century begins in 2001. So I was like, would this be cheating? But like, I still wanted to mention it because that movie
Yeah.
goes so fucking hard. And I love
Yeah.
Battle Royale.
I love Battle Royale. It was like in my top 3 in my teens and all my 20s, but I feel like I've outgrown it a little bit, but not that much. It still fucking rules.
Oh, absolutely.
It's still
I
in
would
honorable
say
mentions.
it is more acceptable to enjoy Battle Royale when you're 14 and when you're 28
Yeah.
than it say would be to still be 28 and still enjoy the Boondock Saints, for example.
Oh no, Zach's not here to defend himself. That's
yeah, yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, fuck that guy.
we'll bring him in next time.
Love you,
But
Zach.
yeah, I love you, Zach. Yeah, Battle Royale. It was. I remember in my high school specifically, and I assume this is like around the country. The whole thing was like, "Yo, have you seen Battle Royale?" It's like, "Wait, no." It's like, "Bro, you gotta watch this movie. It's crazy." And I don't know what that'd be for the Zoomers. Maybe it's Deadpool. I don't know, but but the Battle Royale was that for me. My other album mention is Boyhood. I This is what I say about Boyhood. It's my favorite movie that I will never watch again because I think the experience is in the first time watching it, and I'm glad I watched it
I
in
can understand
theaters
that.
because yeah, to me, it's a movie that is just about it's about time, and it really kind of just works the first time. I don't think you get anything out of rewatching it to be honest, but
The rewatchability of that one is particularly low. I
yeah,
wasn't really big a fan of it when I first saw it. I respect the craft. I respect
yeah,
the effort that went into doing something like this. I think that Ethan Hawke and Patricia Arquette are particularly very good in that movie. They're always good.
yeah,
But that one is like I don't own that one. I haven't rewatched it since 2014 when I saw it like 11 years ago. But that one's
yeah,
not Linklater's best, but I can totally understand why anybody would have that on their list. So I totally
yeah.
get that.
And I am a Linklater guy, so I wanted to just honorable mention him because that was the thing. Other honorable mention: Toy Story 3, a movie created for millennials my age. Just it it's just I wanted to not put on the list because it's like oh it's such a but everyone my age is just Toy Story 3. It's about death. It's about nostalgia. It's about all those things. It's friendship and all that.
It's about accepting that in life you must let things
You
go
must let things
to
go.
grow.
Yeah.
And thank
It's
God they never made any more Toy Story movies. Thank
is
God
four
for
that
that.
bad? I've never
No,
watched four,
no,
but it's
four is
fine.
just four is just it's fine. That's the
But three
issue.
was
It's
such
just
the
kind of
perfect end, though.
perfect ending.
It
Yeah,
was a
so
perfect
that's the
ending.
real point of contention for it. They never
Yeah.
made any more. Ugh.
Yeah. And my other honorable mention that I literally at the last moment I remembered like, oh yeah, I just watched this. RRR. I have to put RR in
Good,
here.
good,
It's
solid
just
choice, crunchy choice. I
yeah.
respect that one.
I have I can't I just had to put it in somewhere. So that's my honorable
Bollywood
mentions.
cinema, Bollywood cinema needs to receive its roses on our
Yeah.
side of things
Yeah.
because take it from me as somebody who worked in movie theaters for about 2 or 3 years.
Mm.
Bollywood movies would get such big crowds, they would do really good numbers, and I would walk into some of these movies that were coming out, and they would be some of the most batshit badonkers fucking movies I've ever seen in my fucking life. This isn't even touching RRR, which is its own thing, but like that you really got to open everybody listening to this really needs to open their hearts and minds to Bollywood and
Mm.
other forms of Asian cinema because like it's so like Asian cinema, Indo-Guyanese cinema because so much of it is, and you will always be guaranteed some crazy dance sequence, which is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. Love RR. It's in the pantheon of movies where like if I make like a new male friend who hasn't seen it,
Ah,
not that I wouldn't suggest it to women, right? But if I meet him, I have a male friend who hasn't seen it. I'm like, yo, you gotta watch RR. We gotta
this is a
watch this, bro.
movie. This is a
Yeah.
movie for manly men.
Listen, we gotta see. It's a bromance about bromances, bro. So, yeah,
Oh yeah.
Ben, your honorable mentions. We know
Honorable
one.
mentions for me. You know what? Even at the point that I'm like, even after writing these like seven I have here down, like, I still like, there's tons more. I ran this by a group chat I have with all of my other film buddies, and even
Mm,
they struggled to pick 10 movies for this topic. But I'll go through these with a sort with some brevity. I won't go into too much depth to leave room for the real conversations. But I'm going to start off with Old Boy. I
mhm.
think, like, as far as somebody, I have not watched the other two films in the Vengeance trilogy yet. That's my project for this month. I'm going to watch Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance and Lady Vengeance, which I've
Mhm.
heard are fantastic. But Old Boy, I have seen,
Mhm.
and Old Boy is such an eye-opening experience. Just how raw, like, how that form of cinema can be. And by the last 20 minutes, your jaw will be on the floor completely and you'll feel so gross, but in the best possible way. That's a movie that really, Old Boy is like a gold star endurance test for some people, and I understand why, but that's a good one. Definitely check that one out. Next up, definitely Parasite. I don't think too much needs to be said about this one. I think like
Yes.
that movie, as far as coming out at the right time, addressing the right subject, and doing it in such a macabre, but just fucking
Great word.
like
Yeah.
almost I don't want to say experimental, but just like kind of like whacked out way. Like that movie, like really fucking one two punches you with it.
Yeah.
It's slowly revealing what it's doing. Are
Mhm.
they horrible? Are they horrible? Like who's really the fucking who should you be sympathetic towards here? That's good filmmaking. My boomer ass father like loves that fucking movie, and he's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Benny, have you seen the Parasite? This movie's incredible." I'm like, he spoke very highly of it. So,
That's a great like intro like baby's first Asian movie. That
oh
and
yeah,
Old
no,
Boy. They're both very
oh yeah,
good
no,
baby's first Asian films. Yeah. Or
and what a
Korean films
great movie,
even.
and
Yeah.
and during the 2010s, during such a time of like economic discussion and like
Yeah.
class divides, like what a
Yeah.
movie that covers that in such a great way. The
Did you know but
host is the
yeah.
host
Oh
is
so,
another movie that talks about like economics and like class divide and stuff, and like that's
yeah.
another good one.
I want to bring up real quick. Did you know that the New York Times released their top 100 movies of the century and Parasite was number 1?
That's a justifiable choice. It's not number
Yeah.
one on my list, obviously, but listen,
Yeah.
like I can, if anybody told me that's my favorite movie from the 2010s, I would completely understand that. Like,
Yeah.
it's a phenomenal sit. If you haven't
Yeah.
watched, all the five of you that haven't watched it at this point, go see it. It's
Go
fantastic.
watch it. Yeah.
Next up, I'm gonna go with Birdman.
Yeah,
That
the other
is
one from 2014, the other one.
there are a
The one
couple
that's not
2014.
Boyhood. Yeah.
Oh no, there are a couple 2014. There's another 2014 release
Oh,
on
okay.
my list. Oh no,
Nice.
2014 was
It's a
a
good year.
banner year for
Yeah.
movies, honestly. I remember
Yeah.
that year, I think Chris Stuckman, who I held in a lot of reverence, his list of favorite films that year was like 20 entries long, and very
Yeah.
understandably so. That
Yeah.
we got John Wick that year, we got Birdman,
Oh,
we
it was
got
that year.
that was no, that was a
Yeah.
good fucking year for horror for like movies in general that year. Horror movies,
Hmm.
action films, like everybody did well in 2014. But like as
Yeah.
far as showing just how great of an actor Michael Keaton is, obviously everybody in the movie, Emma Stone, Zach Galifianakis, everybody in that movie kills it. But he particularly, if you really want to just see how fucking good Michael Keaton can be, he nails this fucking role, and it's one of my favorite ambiguous endings of all time. If you've seen it, you know, and if you
Yeah.
don't, you're looking forward to something very interesting. So definitely give that one a watch. The other one from 2014 that I'm going to throw on here, Whiplash, as somebody who
Yeah.
has, as somebody who pushes themselves sometimes to be the best creator they can be, often at the expense of my own health and well-being. This is a movie that I hold in a lot of reverence.
Hmm.
And listen, yeah, Miles Teller, you have J.K. Simmons putting in two of the best performances they've ever given in a film. I love J.K. Simmons before this movie, but this movie to me cemented for me that he is one of our best actors going today. He is
Yeah.
just that good.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I can literally quote Terrence Fletcher's rants word for word. I have like committed them to memory. You got 10 minutes, you weepy willowed shit sack. It's just like, and if I
Yeah.
ever find one of these laying around again, I swear to God, I will stop being so polite. Get the fuck out of my sight before I goddamn demolish you. I can still
Yeah.
fucking see you, mini me. No, but
I
that's a good one.
The reason I never watched Whiplash is because I have baseball dad trauma.
Oh,
So like I saw the trailer for that and I
oh
was like, I'm
no.
never watching that fucking movie. I don't need to. I got that movie in my DNA.
I got
Kendrick Lamar.
I got that shit in 3D.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
must I
So
relive this?
I don't someone yelling at me that I'm not doing well enough at something,
Fair,
I heard it's a great movie though.
understandable.
Yeah, I've heard it's great.
No, it's tremendous.
Yeah.
Next up, I'm going to go a little more blockbuster on this one, and I think I'm going to put over one of the best comic book movies of the last 25 years. I'm going to give it up to Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi.
Hmm.
Fucking phenomenal. Listen, like
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 to me is one of the perfect summer blockbusters. It's so Sam Raimi understood the listen. Did he create the perfect one for one translation of the Spider-Man comic books? No. Did he create the best version of Spider-Man that he could? One that I think has stood the test of time in pop culture? Yes, he has. And Spider-Man 2, I think, is the epitome of his work in that area. Just that examination of what it means to be a hero, and like why would somebody willingly be Spider-Man if it was going to fuck their life up this much? Rewatch Spider-Man 2. 60% of that movie is just showing how fucking terrible Peter Parker's life is. When he
Yeah.
walks away from being Spider-Man for a little while, you totally understand it. It's a great I'm selling sawdust to like fucking like lumberjacks at this point, but like
No, but
he
you're right. It's the idea that he doesn't have enough life to live as Spider-Man and live as Peter Parker. You know?
exactly, and
It's
it's just
like
I think it if you want to see the power of what comic books can do as a storytelling device, I think Spider-Man 2, and again, this will I'm alluding to something that will be on my list later. I have a film that does that on a much higher level, I think. But
mm,
Spider-Man 2, I think, as far as being just the perfect popcorn summer blockbuster, I think Spider-Man 2 is really up there for me.
mm.
Go down to my final two here. I'm going to go with The Lighthouse by Robert Eggers.
Yeah.
I think, as far as some of my favorite horror
Yeah.
movies, again, I'm a big horror movie guy. Horror is my genre.
Hmm.
But weirdly, though, not a lot of horror movies on my best of the 21st century list. Not that I don't think those films deserve to be there. I just don't think they crack the top 10, with one exception that we'll get to later. But The Lighthouse, I watched that movie in the perfect circumstance because I didn't catch it in the theater, which I do regret because I was busy at the time. I didn't catch it. But at the time, I watched it when for the first time when we were about 2 or 3 months into quarantine during COVID.
Yeah.
And watching that movie in isolation
Hmm.
with the big burly beard I had at the time, and like that bit where he's like, how long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Where are we? Help me to recollect. And I'm like, oh no, we're all there right now. And like it's a wonderful two-man show between Robert Pattinson doing one of the best like performances he's done this side of the decade. Between that,
I always
Good
said that kid
Times,
was
The
good.
Batman. No,
I always
he's
said
so
that you could.
good.
I
But Willem,
always defended him since Twilight. I always was like, nah, like fuck those
but
movies, but
that,
this dude is talented, bro. I'm telling you.
no, Robert Pattinson always had like this level of work in him, but I'm so happy that
Yeah,
the last few years he's really gotten to show what he can do, especially
yeah,
there, especially in the Batman, especially in like Good Time, like no, and especially
yeah,
here. And Willem Dafoe, I don't even need to. The man's a legend, and this is just another feather in his cap at this point.
yeah,
He's racking up amazing performances, and this is another great one.
yeah.
And no, that I think it's Robert Eggers' best. I love
Agreed.
Nosferatu. I love The Witch, The Witch. I love both of them. I think this is him operating at his highest fucking level, and
Yeah,
it's haunting. It's creepy. It's not really a horror movie for the first half of it. It's more of a psychological drama in a lot of
yes,
ways. But then
yeah,
you get into that second half, and it just gets like, okay, are both of them crazy? Is one of them crazy and just fucking with the other one? It's kind of like The Shining. You don't really know, and it's
yeah.
so well done. But and to round out my honorable mentions, I realized I chose seven. My apologies to be bloated, but my final pick for this one, I'm gonna go with Ex Machina from Alex Garland. I think
Ooh, I forgot. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that and
Sci-fi.
like
Yeah,
man, no, that's again saw that one with my dad, and I have a special appreciation for the movies I get to see with my father because if something gets past his, if something like he praises it, in my opinion, like because my dad is not an easy man to impress, and me and him both looked at each other after that one was done. We were like, this one was an all timer. This one was special.
yeah,
Oscar Isaacs, Domhnall Gleeson, Alicia Vikander, both all of them operating at the highest level in that movie.
yeah.
Wonderfully shot. Has one of my favorite soundtracks ever in a movie. There is this track in this movie. It's called "The Test Worked" or slash Bunsen Burner. It's one of my favorite synth tracks in any movie ever. I'll link this to you after we do this, but no, that's a phenomenal one. Ex Machina is my final honorable mention for the 21st century. So with that out of the way,
Beautiful. All right. Now we get to the big ones, the heavy hitters. Top 10. These are my favorite movies of the century thus far. My number 10. Yeah, I'm gonna start things off by showing you how cool I am by picking an indie movie. I watch indie movies. I'm cool.
you
Um,
fucking hipster.
no, but it's Short Term 12 is
I'm
it
unfamiliar. Regale me.
yes, it is a 2013 movie starring the now very well-known Brie Larson, in one of her favorite, or sorry, one of my favorite roles of her. This is a couple years before she broke through with that movie Room, not to be confused with The Room. Room, that really harrowing tale.
You're tearing me apart, Lawson.
That's higher up on my list, but no,
Ah, of course.
no, but Short Term 12 is about Brie Larson who works at a orphanage isn't the right term. It's like an orphanage. It's like a camp for kids, basically. And she's like the head counselor there, and she has like a boyfriend, and she's young, and she's just trying to figure it out. And it's just a really heartfelt tale about how she struggles, with the kids and these, and the language of the film does a really good job of showing how when kids are being abused, like they're not gonna like just like walk up to you, like they're not always it's not always gonna be obvious. Like it takes
Mm.
an emotional like depth and intelligence to realize when a kid might be going through something, because they're not going to be able they don't have the tools to just tell you something is wrong sometimes, right? And this movie is like
Communication is a
really,
struggle.
yeah. This movie is really good about showing the real side of that. Yeah, and it's not like, without like being like too, not showing too much of the actual abuse itself, but it's very, it's just like, but it's like one of those things where like you have to, if you get it, you get it type of things.
Mm,
And it's really good. And Brie Larson's character, and this is why Brie Larson is still one of my favorite actresses, even though I don't love her Captain Marvel work generally. I don't think she. I think she. If it was up to me, she never would have played Captain Marvel. I wish she
no.
just never got cast on it, honestly, because to me, she's way better in these smaller, more vulnerable roles where she's just like a
Watch
person.
watch Lessons in Chemistry or Room or any of the
Room,
things she's done in the last few
yeah.
years.
No, she's
She's much
terrific.
better in
Yeah.
those. Don't let
It's like
Captain
larger than life
Marvel
thing where she has
define
to be.
her.
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame that that's what
Mhm.
most people know her as, and now she's like an internet meme of like white lady made a face or whatever. And it's like, no, bro, she's like that's not what she was, but whatever.
She's good.
Yeah, watch this movie and realize
She's
that
good
you're
at she's of all things she's really good in Don John for the one scene she gets to talk in
yes,
that movie. If
yeah,
anyone's she's very good in
yeah.
that.
She's great in Community. She was great in other things where she would show up randomly.
Yeah,
Anyway, so that's my number 10, short term 12. Yeah,
good
I got one
choice.
that Ben hasn't seen, so now he gets to watch it. And that's
Fantastic. I
yeah.
guarantee you've probably seen everything on my list. And I'm starting off with a hot one, I think. This one is, I put this one at number 10 specifically. And I put this here knowing this could change even in the next few weeks. But I'm going to let recency bias win out on this one. And I'm going to say, to me, if you can break the box office with a movie that is not based on anything, is your own original idea, makes 500 million fucking dollars and like gets people back to the movies in droves to the point where people are still selling out IMAX screenings of this movie to the point where it's being re-released in IMAX only a few months after it came out. It came out this year, only in like late March, early April, and people are still going to see it in theaters. In my own neighborhood, at the Museum of the Moving Image, people are still going to see it in droves. So number 10, I got to give it to Sinners. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, again, this could change. Is it a perfect film? No, it has a couple issues here and there, but like, I'm sorry, Ryan Coogler made something bold and awesome and raw and entertaining and charismatic. It's
Yeah.
about, listen, for the what the two of you that haven't seen it, it's about two criminal brothers, Smoke and Stack, both played by Michael B. Jordan, who returned to their small town in the South during the Jim Crow South,
Yeah.
and they try to set up a juke joint, and they are attacked by vampires, and it's a wonderful film.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler has earned this faith for me now that I will go see every fucking thing he makes opening weekend from this point on, because that movie,
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be good. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Like,
Yeah.
he hasn't made a bad movie yet, in my opinion. Like
But
Fruitvale Station, the
mhm,
two Black Panther movies.
yeah.
I'm less crazy about the first one. I like the second one more. Both Creed movies he did, love his work. But this was really we've got an artist here.
Yeah.
We've got a guy who really knows how to make. And again, kind of like what I mentioned with Spider-Man 2 earlier, the perfect popcorn movie in my opinion, but also a little more than that. Like,
Yes.
if you know, but the scene where Sammy plays his guitar in the juke
Mm,
joint for the first time, and he literally transcends the boundaries of space and time. It's a phenomenal sequence. It's just
yeah. It
so
it
good. Like,
it pushes like what you're
that's a
allowed to do in a movie, which I love. I
yes,
love when artists have the balls to be like, well, this breaks the rules of what movies are. Good. That's how we
precisely.
progress the art. Yes, good. But yes, yeah, I completely agree, Ben. Uh, and but the meme that's going around is they apparently they say Michael A. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan because that's
No, again, but to last little comment on that, the
mm,
effect is seamless. There's a little
yeah,
bit where they're just passing a cigarette back and forth between each other. And then for a minute, you forget, oh, who's it? I didn't know Michael B. Jordan had an identical twin. Wait a minute, no, this is CGI. This is a bit of this is fakery, but you
yeah,
believe it.
yeah,
And if that's impressive to me. So number 10 for me, Ryan Coogler's Sinners. Hats off to you,
yeah,
Mr. Coogler. Fantastic work.
yes. I Ryan Coogler is like Edgar Wright to me now, where it's like if you make something, I'll
Yes.
watch it. because
Yes.
you've shown me how good you are enough times that I have to think it's gonna be good. And I gotta say this about Michael B. Jordan's performance. This how good of an like, I don't know whatever awards he should be nominated for all the awards because like what I know which one he's playing in every scene. That's how good an actor he is.
Oh no,
They're
just
both him,
little,
but I know which character
little,
he is every time. Yeah,
little alterations of mannerism, just
just
little
yeah,
things. He
yeah,
just alters his cadence just a little bit, and that's all you need. It's so
yeah.
good.
There's never a point where I'm like, which one is this? I never thought that at any point in the movie. I always knew which one it was. um, Beautiful stuff. Yeah, agreed there. My number nine. I had to get one of this guy's movies in here. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This one might be divisive. Some people who are like consider this like a Man and Pixie
What
Dream
a,
Girl movie, but I listen. I think that's
I
not
think that
fair.
that
Yeah. No, go ahead. What were you gonna say? Like,
I
that's not.
don't think. I think that this movie was kind of predates that. I don't think it's fair to. I think this is the
Yeah,
original Manic Pixie
I
Dream Girl.
agree.
I think
Yeah, I have to get one of Charlie Kaufman's movies in here because I think he might be the best scriptwriter of the century. It's just like all the movies that he's written, they're so crazily uh creative and they're provocative and all the words for they're not he doesn't just write like typical movies. He writes some weird shit and it doesn't always land. But this one to me, I think he's like, "Oh, I'm going to do like a romance, but it's going to be really fucked up." And I usually am like not big into romances unless you do something kind of weird and this shit's fucking weird. Uh
it goes in a direction. It's such a weird out there concept. It's like, hey, what if you could deliberately delete the memories of somebody that you don't want to remember?
yeah.
Would you want to do it?
Yeah.
Like, if it meant getting rid of every memory with them, even the really good ones? I
Yeah.
think we've all had like a breakup with somebody, either we broke up with them or they broke up with us, where you're like, I'm sad. I don't think you should be in my life anymore, but like, I don't want to forget you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very yeah, very relatable in the heartbreak of it all. And the way the
This is,
characters intermingle, it's just also amazingly written story.
it's, I think it's that bit for me where he's like kind of screaming up at the skies, like, I don't want to do this anymore. Pull me out of here. And
Yeah.
it's like, I think it's a little too late for that, bud.
Yeah. 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 So yeah, big fan of Charlie Kaufman and all his weird shit, and that's my number nine from 2004.
Great
Yeah, Ben.
pick. Now, I'm gonna go with my number nine. My only documentary on the list,
Mm.
actually. And there have been some phenomenal documentaries the last 2 decades, but I am gonna go with Jodorowsky's Dune.
Wait, which okay, tell me more. I don't think I know what that is.
Okay, okay. I can okay. Now I have one that I beat you to. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So for those, and I need to even bring up a little bit of information on my own. So this is a documentary. Um, eh, how to put it? Okay, this is a film about a movie that was never made. So we all know Frank Herbert's Dune, obviously acclaimed sci-fi
Oh, so
novel.
this is called Dune.
Oh, this is about Frank
Oh.
Herbert's Dune. This
Oh,
is a
okay. Cool.
Alejandro Jodorowsky, best known for his work on films like The Holy Mountain or El Topo or Asante Sangre. He is this a Chilean French filmmaker and was one of the most out there, surreal, just nut jobs to ever work in movies. But again, somebody with such a raw, uncompromising vision. He wanted to make Dune, the first adaptation of it, way back in the 1970s. This would have even predated Star Wars. And he was gonna get the green light to do it, and he had all these ideas. He was gonna get Orson Welles to be Baron Harkonnen.
Yes.
He hired H.R. Geiger to be his art, like the set designer and the art consultant. Dan O'Bannon, who later went to go make Alien. He assembled all of these amazing people, all these amazing things. He had a full comic book, like written as essentially the storyboard for this movie. That's out there somewhere. You can read it if you can get a copy of it. But unfortunately, just his vision was just too lofty and too out there for I think what 1970s filmmaking could accomplish. So it never got made. But this documentary, you get a real understanding of what this film would have been, what it would have looked like, how it would have felt. And if you're one of those people who appreciates really getting to see an artist's process and if you enjoy the stories of films that never were, this is it's a fascinating sit and it's so entertaining and funny. And so one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life, period, comes from this movie. It's where they talk about David Lynch's Dune. If you
Yes.
are unaware, is not the best interpretation of the novel, but David Lynch tried his best, but
He did his best.
was he did his best, but it is far from a perfect film. It is the furthest thing from it.
Yeah.
I have some appreciation for it, but it is not a film I would technically classify as good.
Good.
But Alejandro Jodorowsky says, I'm just gonna do my best Jodorowsky here to give you this experience. And what he says is, and when they find out that David Lynch will direct, my heart to break. I respect David Lynch. He can do it. Maybe better than me. And the film come to my town, and my two sons come to me. They say we must go see the film, and I like no, no, I will die if I see it. I cannot go. And he's like, no, we are warriors. He tell his kids when they were growing up, we are artists, we are warriors, we must be strong. And like they say, no, you are warrior, you must go to the theater and see that. And they take me to the theater like the ill person, and the light go down. I think I will cry instead to see it. And he might do it better than me. This was my life for many years, and it never happened. And then, step by step, step by step, step by step, I was so happy because the film, it was awful.
What's that?
It's
I mean,
so
yeah, it's yeah. If you haven't seen David Lynch's Dune out there, I actually kind of recommend it.
recommended.
I
Yeah.
actually do recommend it weirdly because it's one of those. It's a thing. It's an experience.
Hey, future episode. Future episode. Dune.
Yeah.
Watch along commentary track for
That
Dune. Hey,
maybe. Yeah.
maybe. Just
Yeah.
maybe. But yeah, but as far as that is concerned, Jodorowsky's Dune is a documentary. I believe it's available on Max. I need to check. Hold on.
Ooh.
I think let me double check and make sure this is available somewhere. Okay, my apologies. Not HBO Max, unfortunately. It is
Ah.
only available on Amazon Prime at the moment, but
Okay.
there are always ways to
Oh wait, I have
watch
that. I
stuff.
can watch it. Cool.
So yeah, if
Nice.
you have a few bucks, I would definitely recommend it. Phenomenal documentary. If you love film, if you love art, Jodorowsky's Dune, my number nine.
Awesome. Out of curiosity, Ben. Well, I don't want to spoil your list potentially, but I just have you seen the? I assume you've seen the Villeneuve Dunes.
Yes.
Did you like them?
Oh yes, absolutely. I think
Okay.
he did the best anybody could really do. It's a tough book. It's a tough
They
book to
said it was
adapt.
unfilmable. They used to say it was unfilmable,
That's
and then
why
David Lynch's thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Jodorowsky proved that, and
yeah. Yeah.
Jodorowsky, they told Jodorowsky this is unfilmable. You
Right.
can't do this, sir.
Yeah.
And whether or not that was true, we'll never know.
I
But
mean,
Judd,
I thought One Piece was unfilmable in live action too. So
that worked out pretty good.
people.
And I think it all
Yeah.
depends on what it is, though. But no, like I
Yeah.
enjoy the Delvenu ones. I would describe those as really good modern sci-fi films.
I'd
Both
agree.
bangers. Love both of
I'd
those.
agree. Sorry, say it again. It was Dune, but
Jodorowsky's Dune.
the documentary. Yeah. Cool. My number eight. Oh, this is a fun one. I get to talk about this. Yay. I just had the pleasure of interviewing the creator of this movie on over at Five Film Fanatics on my podcast. And maybe the parts of the interview will be on this channel as well. Eric Jacobus, the writer, director, and star of 2005's Contour. Contour. I show this to some of the homies. Contour's a 2005 indie, and when I say indie, they made this movie with no money. They had a warehouse and a dream. 2005 indie martial arts movie made by these stunt people. Seven guys, seven stuntmen in a warehouse, no money. um, they filmed in like I mean, they had a van, so they were able to go to drive around San Francisco, do like like 4 locations or something. But it's mostly now the actual. It's not like it's for free on YouTube, by the way. They put it on for free on YouTube for the 20-year anniversary. It's not like a good movie, but it's one of my favorite movies. I love this movie to death because of the passion in it and these guys who have some of the best fight scenes in any ever, just ever. There's some of the best fight scenes ever put to film by these guys who were just they just wanted to go out there and show you what they could do, and they do it, and they didn't ask for
All you need, hey,
permission.
listen, all you need sometimes is a halfway decent idea, a camera, and enough idiots to follow you into the
Yeah,
abyss.
yeah. And talking to Eric about it, he said it was like that was like his college experience was making that movie. Was just him and the group just together, just being creative, making this putting this movie together, and I love it. I've watched it probably more times than anything on this list, to be honest. I really love it, the movie, even though it's not like again, is the acting good? No. Is there great cinematography? No. Is there? It has actually some pretty cool soundtrack. It's pretty decent hits, but you're there for the fight scenes. I'm 100% just the fight scenes are just on another level, and the passion that these guys went into making it. So I'm more than happy to put Contour at number 8 on my list because I love it to death. So yeah, check that out. It's on
Tremendous.
YouTube. Check it out.
I I've lived a fool's life in the dark, not having seen this film before, but judging on what I'm seeing on the IMDb page right now, this looks exactly like my kind of nonsense.
Yeah,
Sold a thousand.
yeah.
So I'm definitely checking out
It
Contour.
and doesn't
My,
take itself too seriously. It's a comedy, right? So it's not like
I could
yeah,
I could I could assess that
yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah.
My
It's silly as hell. So
my my number eight, I'm gonna go in a bit of a different direction here. I'm gonna go with one that's fairly recent, but only about a year-ish old. I am going to go with Jane Schoenberg's I Saw the TV Glow.
I did not see this either. Is this horror? It sounds
Okay.
horror-y.
It is. It's horror adjacent. I consider it a
Cool,
horror film in a lot of
cool.
ways, but it's a very difficult film to summarize without really going into everything that happens because I do want people to go watch this for themselves. But let me give
Hmm.
you the short version here. Two teenagers, one a girl slightly older than the boy, they form a friendship with each other based around a very like Buffy style Are You Afraid of the Dark supernatural type show called The Pinko Peg, and it's done very faithfully to kind of resemble those 1990s supernatural drama type shows.
Yeah.
And along the way, a lot of strange things start happening. The kind of reality starts to blur. This TV show kind of becomes more real to them than their own lives, to the point where they end up questioning, hey, is are we fictional? Is the show real? Where are we right now? What's going on here? And I wish I could say more, but it really is one of those movies. I'm going to wholesale rip off something that Super Eye Patch Wolf said about this movie on a recent video of his. There's nothing more I can do to sell this movie than just being on your headphones, watching it at 2 a.m., and just kind of letting this movie wash over you. It's stylish, it's creepy. The film is led by, I want to get his name right here, it's led by Justice Smith. Some of you might know him from those from Detective Pikachu. Some of you might know him from The Get Down or some of that type stuff. This to me is his best work of his career so far, and he does such a good job with what's given in this movie. There is a scene at a birthday party at kind of a Chuck E. Cheese type ish near the end of the movie, and it's some of the best acting I've ever seen from him. It's I feel like I'm not doing the best job selling this one, but
No, it
it's
sounds
such a vibe.
cool.
It's such a vibe. It's so David Lynch in some places. It has a lot to say about nostalgia, gender dysphoria, um, false memories, like the I maybe the fear of being stuck in a life that you weren't meant for. It's there's this something written on the sidewalk in this movie that they keep cutting back to a lot in this movie. On the sidewalk is written the words, "There is still time." And I know what you're thinking, like, what does that really mean out of context? Once you see the movie, you'll understand what those words are really referring to. And it's cerebral, it's weird, and it's creepy in the best possible way. I saw the TV glow. I can't recommend it enough.
Awesome. Uh, Sweet. Uh, so it's funny, Ben, because I'm not a big horror person. Actually, growing up, I was so I saw Scream when I was like 7, and I saw The Ring when I was like 12, and that like turned me off to horror. I was one of those people who I didn't watch horror because I was a scaredy cat, right? And I didn't like getting scared. Recently, I've been trying to get back into horror, and it's in no small part due to a great horror film that I watched that we've already talked about. My number 7 is The Lighthouse from 2019, as you've already talked about. And I don't know, you probably didn't know this, Ben, but this is me and Benel's movie. We love this movie. We talk
This movie is just you and Benel. What would happen if we locked you in a room for long enough? Are you fucking kidding? Like, okay,
Hark
instead of
Winslow. You're a
ah,
fan of me lobster, aren't you?
you're fun to me, youngster. I've
You're a
seen
fan of me
it.
lobster.
Well, it's like, well, it would have to be something that, like, well, is Benel good at cooking anything in particular?
He's got a wife
To
and
your...
kid now, so probably he probably had to learn. Yeah. Uh
You're fond of my arroz con pollo. I've
Pollo,
seen
aren't
it.
you? You're fond of me, Arroz con Pollo.
Pollo.
Man, me and Benel just doing the lighthouse in Spanish actually would fucking rule,
Yes!
actually. That'd be so
Oh my
funny.
God. I will
Uh
film that. I will film and edit that if you get the costumes for it. I will do that.
uh Bad
Oh,
luck to kill a pollo. Bad luck to kill a pollo.
so you're sparring with a gull. Best leave him be. Bad luck to kill a seabird.
Bad luck to kill a seabird. Winslow.
There's this bit in this movie I love. This is bit I love where they're like, out with it, lad. What made him leave? You're the old keeper. Him?
Yeah.
Me second? Yeah. Died. Went mad, he did. Chanting on about sirens and merfolk and the like. By the end, weren't no more sense in him than an end's tooth.
We
So
thought there
good.
was some enchantment in the
Infinite in the
light.
light.
It's so quotable. It's also
Mm.
and I didn't want to because I knew I was gonna bring it up later, so I didn't want to cut you off when you were talking about it. But the thing about it is, it is a horror, it is a thriller. It's also fucking hilarious. It's
Yes.
so funny. It
It's a two-man comedy
it's a
show.
two-man
It's
comedy show that is
dance, Winslow.
yeah.
Dance.
What me and Benel, this is what me and Benel say, and Hannah. Shout out to Hannah. We should do a movie night where
Hey,
all four of us have to watch
absolutely.
this movie together.
Oh yes.
Um, it this movie goes through every type of male relationship possible in its
Yes.
runtime. They are employer employee, uh, two
Father and
strangers trapped
son.
together, father son, uh, strangers, brothers, best friends, enemies,
Lovers?
lovers. Now lovers, which lovers where one is gaslighting the other, lovers where they're double gaslighting. And at one point, and this is what I always tell people about this movie, Robert Pattinson has, and I went back in time this, an uninterrupted 45-second scene of him jerking off to a mermaid, a mermaid, not even statue, just like a little doll. It's 45 uninterrupted seconds, and it's like you don't see his whole thing or whatever, but it's 45
Boo.
seconds long. And I gotta tell you, it's not 1 minute too short. Like you needed that whole time for the scene. Like it's perfect. It's the perfect length.
Listen, the thing about the lighthouse you gotta understand is basically a SpongeBob episode. Where's the lie, Leon?
I didn't think about that.
Where's the
Wow.
lie, Lawson?
I don't
Where's
know,
the
Bobby
tell
Fish. I don't know. um, you're right about that, Bobby. I don't. That's
tell
that. I
me
never
when
thought about that way. That's true. But yeah, no, I love The Lighthouse. It's definitely my favorite horror movie of all time. Because again, I'm not a big. I'm trying to get more into them now. I really like some.
Well, sir, you
some other
came to the
stuff.
right guy. I got some recommendation. I have some recommendations.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I like Drag Me to Hell.
Oh,
American
good
Werewolf
one.
in London is an old one, but I that one's good.
Oh, phenomenal. Great
Yeah.
movie.
But so that's my number seven, Ben.
Okay. Well, that was your number seven? All
Yes, is my
right.
number seven.
My number seven, I think, is going to be something we'll both be able to discuss because mine is a Darren Aronofsky film. And it's one that deals with a subject matter that you and I
Yeah,
know all too well. It's The
The
Wrestler with Mickey
Wrestler.
Rourke. Now, I will say this,
Ooh,
much like for me, it is a movie that I love. Can't watch it very often because it makes me too damn sad because it does
yeah,
its job too well.
yeah,
It is a story of a washed up 1970s, 1980s territory wrestler who's still working the indies. He has an estranged daughter. He is in bad health. And it is one of the most intimate, raw looks at what it's like to be in the wrestling profession, what it does to your life, what it does to your health, what it does to your relationships. I know a lot of people within the business take umbrage with this film because they claim it's disrespectful. I would reframe that as accurate as hell.
it's
It is on the record that Roddy Piper went to go see, I believe, an early screening of this movie and wept openly
yeah,
because it was too real. And he said
yeah,
this is accurate.
yeah.
I know that assholes like Cornette, I think even Bret Hart gave that movie some shit to my knowledge, but like
Uh, he's a curmudgeon.
it's
It's yeah,
he's like they're all curmudgeons. But as
yeah.
far as listen, I is this movie accurate to every wrestler in the business? No, but I would say it speaks for a considerable percentage of them. And Mickey
Mm,
Rourke, say what you will about him as a human being, say what you will about his track record in and out of Hollywood, but this is his best work.
agreed.
I think that it's such a vulnerable performance. And there's this bit in this movie I love where you hear you hear the roar of the crowd. You hear him like kind of he's like in the back hyping himself up. And what he's hyping himself up for is just go out and do this bullshit deli job.
Yeah,
That's all he can do
where
right now.
Todd Glass yells at him of all people.
And
Right,
Todd,
the perfect that's like perfect casting for that role. Todd Glass is
absolutely.
giving him shit about cutting deli meats or whatever. Yeah,
There's this bit in this movie that made me and my mom quote where there's this old hag asking for potato salad, and he's like, a little less, a little more, a little less, a little more.
yeah.
And it's so, oh God, but no, like if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's rough. It's a rough sit. You're not going to feel the
Unflinching is the
best
word that
afterward.
comes to mind for me. It's unflinching. It
It's an
just
unflinching look at
yeah.
a very fortunate case, but it's a phenomenal film, and I think it's Aronofsky's best. So
I
give that one
agree.
a watch.
I agree. I think it is. I was worried you're gonna say another movie to be honest, but then I was like, oh right, he did The Wrestler too. I do love The Wrestler. Um, but do you have another Aronofsky
I
movie in
li-
there?
I like Black Swan, but that movie's not really going to be on my
No,
list
no,
or
no.
anywhere.
I thought you were gonna say Mother. That's the one I was worried about, to be honest.
Sir, give me more credit
I'm
than
sorry.
that. Come
Some
on.
people love that movie. I never know, you know. Some people love
I
that
don't.
movie. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah, a
anyway,
lot of
I'm glad
well, Lawson, a lot of people believe in Bigfoot too. It doesn't mean that they're right.
listen,
A
I'm
lot
glad
of
that's when you said Aronofsky, I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't say Mother. And then you were like, and you're like,
hey
oh, it's
yo,
obviously The
butter.
Wrestler. Yeah, that's like,
Of
oh, he's
course
obviously
it's
gonna say The Wrestler. Yeah, that's the good one. I love that one. Yeah. Um, beautiful. So that was your number seven, right?
yes, sir.
Cool. My number six is from 2022. One of the greatest sequels of all time. One of the greatest animated movies of all time. I even put it over Toy Story 3. That's right. It's Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, motherfuckers. You bet your
Mm.
sweet ass I put Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish not only in my top 10, I put it over shit like Eternal Sunshine and Battle Royale. You bet your sweet ass, bro. I put Puss in Boots 2. Why is this movie so good? It has no right to be this good. No reason to
It
be this
doesn't.
good.
No right.
It's a perfect fucking movie, almost. It's really close. Maybe it's got a little bit of fat in the third act, but it's got two of the best villains of all time. John
Jack
Mulaney's
Horner.
performance as Jack
This is
Horner,
Jack Horner.
iconically cartoonish evil, an amazing sociopath. Um, and
And then
Death, the wolf, he's only got like 8 minutes of screen time. He is no shit top five villains ever, any genre of anything. I'm not
one of
even
my
no
favorite bits.
exaggeration.
I'm sorry, one of my favorite bits ever. It's just like I love this so much. It's just like you know, I'm not a cat person. I find the idea of 9 lives absurd, and you didn't value any of them. So why don't I just take this one right now? Oh
Every
my
moment he's on
God.
screen is perfect. It's perfect.
Yes.
From his introduction is perfect. The middle part where he meets him again, where he's like, "By the way, I'm death," and I don't mean that metaphorically or
Rhetorically or
rhetorically
rhetorically or
or
poetically or any
poetically, any
other
other
fancy
way.
way.
I'm
I'm deaf.
death straight
Straight
up.
up.
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Okay. Did you catch the little Easter egg during the scene with Goldilocks and the three bears where they end up at their old cabin?
I remember the scene, but was I don't know if I know the Easter
Okay.
egg.
So the map kind of glitches out and it shows them this perfect recreation of their cabin. And she finds the storybook Goldilocks used to read as a
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
And the mom was like, "Oh, you'd read that for hours." And she colored her hair over the little girl in the storybook because that's what she always wanted. She wanted a
Mm,
family.
yeah.
What I didn't catch the first time through, look at the first page of the storybook. If you read the first letter of every sentence on the page, the map is telling her in regards to her wish to have a family. If you read the book, you already have it.
That's crazy. That's awesome. I did
I
not know
didn't
that.
catch that the first
That's
time through,
sick.
and it's such a great detail because yeah, the map would glitch out because like, why would she be wishing she already has this?
It's
It's
yeah.
it's such a great bit. No,
It's a
listen,
beautiful story.
not on my list, but it is. I can totally understand why they would be on
Yeah.
anyone else's. Phenomenal film if you
I
haven't seen it.
I think the reason it's so high for me is that like I remember hearing like, oh, that Puss in Boots sequel is actually pretty good, and I'm like, go fuck yourself. What do you mean? Like, I'm like, good how? Like Shrek 2, it's gonna be better than Shrek 2. Like, eat my balls, bro. And then I watched it and I was like, what is happening? Like, Death shows up, and I'm like, this is like the best character introduction fucking ever. And then the Goldilocks thing is happening, and I'm like, this is an incredible story about found family. And then it gets to that third act and John Mulaney's performance, obviously, and I'm just like, this movie fucking rules. I think I love this
It
movie.
does.
And it just snuck up on me, and I'm like, I think I love this movie. So yeah, that's why it's as high as it is for me, number six. It really just took me off guard completely. Um, so yeah, Ben, you're number
No,
six.
that is hell yeah, it's a Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
My number six is where we're getting into the more of the. Of course, that's going to be on my list. When I was talking about Spider-Man 2 earlier, I alluded to this movie, but if I had to pick a comic book film to stand out for the 21st century, I got to go with The Dark Knight.
Oh,
It's
okay. The classico. But
I
yeah.
saw it in theaters opening weekend with of all people my mom and my aunt at the time. I think we just saw it on a whim.
Mm.
And Batman Begins was such a big hit, and everybody like. I really
It's a
liked
great
Batman
movie.
Begins. It's a
It's a great
great
movie.
film. No,
Yeah.
get me wrong. But
Yeah.
like I was wondering, like, but I do remember at the time I was one of those people where I was like, what did they do to the Joker? He looks so bad. I this looks so dumb.
Yeah.
But I went in and had my DNA rewritten that day, and I saw that movie in theaters 3 goddamn times, which is no small feat for me.
Yeah. No, his
And
performance is it's
so
legendary.
phenomenal
It's
and
as good as
just
everyone says. It's not. There's no
it's
hyperbole. There's no. Oh, he dies. We have to say it was really good. No, it's fucking incredible. It just is that good.
never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy.
It's just. Yeah.
I don't want to kill you. You complete
What would I do
me.
without you,
You go
bro? When
back
he
to
goes over
ripping off
to
mob bosses.
when he tells fucking when he goes over to him, he's like, "I'm not a schemer." It's like, bro, you orchestrated the events of this entire
Entire movie,
fucking
but he
movie.
gets to him.
He
I heard
convinces him.
he gets in his head, and it's so perfect. Do you know the thing about? I'm an advocate. I'm an agent of chaos. You know the funny thing about chaos? It's fair. it's
He created
but
Two-Face with that
he
line.
created Two Face with that line, and there's
Yeah.
another bit where it's like, because Master Wayne, some men can't aren't looking for something logical like money. Some men just want to watch the world burn, and
We still say that to
I'm
this
sorry,
day. People
Dave,
still
and it's an
it's a
all time quote.
yeah, because it's when you see it happen in the real world now, like we have like a framework to understand that type of personality now. There are
Gee,
those people who just want to watch
wouldn't
the
it
world
be
burn.
wouldn't it be horrible if we had somebody, I don't know, in office like that?
Wouldn't
Wouldn't
it suck
that,
ass?
wouldn't that be
Uh,
some kind of fictional ass fantasy that could never happen?
yeah, well,
But in on a positive spin, it to this day. Listen, say what you will about Christopher Nolan. He has some movies I love. He has some movies that I can't fucking stand. Tenet, anyway. But yeah, he and love Oppenheimer, obviously. Love Memento. Love a
I
lot
love
of this man's
Memento.
work.
I love
Memento's so
Prestige.
good. Love Prestige. But I think to me, The Dark Knight is the height of him, of his mainstream popularity, of his filmmaking prowess. That chase scene partway through the movies through the streets of Chicago with the semi truck flip. It's,
Yeah,
as far as comic book movies go, I don't think you can do much better in my opinion.
I don't.
So for me, The Dark
Yeah,
Knight, my number six choice. Can't do much better than that.
I'm someone who's very Nolan questioning, but I'm not like I'm not anti Nolan. I really
I'm
like
no me either.
Memento. I like Prestige.
I am a Nolan criticizer. I don't hate him
Yes.
much like Cosmonaut Variety Hour. I am a Christopher Nolan criticizer. I'd say I
Yeah.
hate him. I don't hate him at all. I really
Yeah.
love to like a lot of his movies,
Yeah.
except for Tenet. But like
I heard Tenet had some interesting ideas, but didn't
it
stick the
did, but it's
landing.
just
But
for
you
me,
know,
not to diverge from our whole conversation, but to
yeah,
give you the two sentence version, Tenet is a movie with a very interesting concept,
yeah.
some very crisp direction and editing, but it's one of the worst sound mixes I've ever heard in a movie
I
ever.
heard that. I heard it was weirdly
Yeah,
bad, and yeah, yeah,
it's a weird sound mix, and it's one of those things where you're so confused as to what's actually going on narratively and sequentially. It affects your ability to invest in the movie on any emotional level.
yeah.
So I understand the people in my life who like it. I
Sure.
don't,
I
but
so I guess not to divulge too much, but I'll share with the people here. Um, I don't love Inception. I don't love Interstellar. I think they're really
I
well
like
made,
I really
but
like Inception. Interstellar is a movie I go back and forth on because it has some things I love, but it has some things that are so fucking stupid.
I think the thing with Nolan for me is he has he's a great ideas guy, but he doesn't connect with his characters and the humanity with me. And that's why I think Dark Knight worked is because the performance of the Joker is so there. And so that's why I think the Dark Knight really works because I sometimes I have trouble connecting to Nolan's characters, but his
Mm-hmm.
ideas are always really cool. He's got sick ideas.
I've heard his style and his characters described as very clinical, and I think I
Yes,
understand. And I
the
think I understand.
Inception
I
is
don't.
completely that.
It's
Inception is
very
that to a
clinical.
T. Yeah,
Everybody talks like a medical intern or something.
yeah. They're all
It's
here
very
to do
yeah.
a job. They're not like really human beings, you know.
But
But anyway, yeah. So, but yeah, I love
number
Dark
six,
Knight.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight's great. My number five, how we've already talked about a little bit because it was on your honorable mentions. Old Boy, Old Boy.
Let's
That's my number
talk
five.
about it. Let's go.
Here's the thing about Old Boy. It's old enough where like, can we spoil the ending? We don't have to spoil it. Let's say this.
Tell you
It's
what.
so
Let's
old, but
say I think we can
it's one of
just
the best
because
twists ever. It's one of the best twists fucking ever. Is that fair?
let's talk about it without talking about it. Let me
Yes.
let tell you what. Let me not to diverge from you. Let's take. I'll frame it like this.
Yeah.
When the antagonist of the film reveals to the protagonist,
What's happened?
Daisu,
Yeah.
what he has done and what his ultimate plan is and how he's
And how he's done it.
gotten his why he's getting his revenge on him and what he's
Yes.
done.
Yes.
It's such a cosmic level mind fuck that number one, you think to yourself, how the fuck did I not see this coming? And when you realize how exactly he's pulled this off, it's insane. And you
Yeah.
feel so
You
gross
do feel it fucks with you. It
and
gets in you.
nauseous
Yeah.
afterwards. And the last 20 minutes of that movie is just human misery.
Yeah.
Just human misery.
Yeah.
But it's
And
delicious.
but the reason this is a movie you can't watch and walk away and feel nothing. It's impossible. Even a
Uh,
sociopath would be like, "That was
uh,
fucked up." Like, there's no like you can't. If art is meant to make you feel things, Old Boy is the pinnacle of art because you have to. Nobody can not feel something watching this. And the thing is, it makes you feel so gross in the reveal, but it sucks you in because in the beginning it's so fucking cool. Like this movie starts out, it grabs you by the throat and says, "You're watching a fucking movie." The opening shot, I'll spoil this. The opening shot is the protagonist dangling a guy off a roof, and he's like, "You want to know why how we got here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
well, okay.
What?
One of
Why?
my favorite
Why you
things.
dangling this man off a roof?
Can,
And it's like
the
it's actually
question
it's a
is
5 year story or whatever. No, longer. Was it 20 years? How long is it? It's
20
like a
years.
20 year
The,
story.
the big
Yeah,
question. Can you really get good at fighting just watching TV for 20 years?
just working out. If
The
that's
answer
all
is
you can
yes.
do, if that's literally all you can do, yeah. The epic hallway fight. I mean, I think people know about the hallway fight, even if you
The
don't
bit where he
know about
eats
this
the
movie.
squid?
He needs to eat something living so he can feel something alive inside of him because he hasn't eaten. And
He's been
yeah,
eating
it's
dumplings for 20
20
years.
years. Yeah, no, that's a film and a half. Oh boy, that's I had to put that in my. So that's
Hey,
my number
man, listen,
five. Yeah,
Park Chang Wook, man, fucking give it up, dude.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And again, I gotta this one of my goals this month is to watch Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance and Lady Vengeance because I know that those movies form a bit of a thematic trilogy in many ways, the Vengeance
Yes,
trilogy. So I've definitely got to
yes.
check those out.
Hell yeah. I might
Man,
have those on
fucking
DVD. I should. I'm gonna look. I might have those on DVD. Maybe I could stream it on my device. Excuse me.
very
Um,
nice.
but so yeah, what is your number five, sir?
So picking any
Top five now.
film. No, no,
We're
no,
up there. Yeah,
we're getting to the nitty gritty here. This is where
yeah.
my choices will become a bit more, I would say, mainstream, but you never know. For me, my number five, picking a Quentin Tarantino movie is always a challenge for me because even the ones that are kind of on the lower end for me still have a lot of things I love. Django Unchained it has some wonderful action and some great performances. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has some of my favorite like set decoration and just favorite some of my favorite atmosphere and vibes he's ever created. The Hateful Eight has some wonderful bits and performances in it. The Kill Bill movies, uh, Jackie Brown. But if I had to give it to one Quentin Tarantino movie for this past for this century, I'm gonna have to give it to Inglorious Bastards, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. It's I can't really argue that. That's that opening scene. I rewatch that opening scene every once in a while just to it's
It's
yeah.
listen, listen. I don't want to bring the mood down entirely, but especially as a Jewish person, somebody who hasn't always had the most intimate relationship with their Judaism, but somebody who takes pride in being a Jew, takes pride in many aspects of the culture, has found camaraderie with people. Being a New York raised Jew has its own bits to it as well, but seeing a movie of just like that tackles the both World War II, but in this hyper stylized way. Listen, at the end of the day, seeing a character named the Bear Jew beat a Nazi over the head with a baseball bat, especially after all the shit we've gone through in the 2010s and the 2020s with white nationalism being on the rise and being a cemented part of our culture again. Sometimes you just like seeing a Nazi get beaten to death
Yeah.
and done with the reverence of a cracked out film student like fucking Quentin Tarantino who understands who understands exploitation movies, understands Nazi exploitation, understands pageantry and scale and all these wonderful little things that make up a great film. And you have Christoph Waltz giving one of the best performances of all time as Hans
Yeah.
Landa, the Jew hunter. And it ends on one of my favorite lines in any movie ever. You know something, Lawson? I think this just might be my masterpiece.
And you know, Benel has said it before. I'll say it for him here. Maybe we should bring that back. But maybe we should instead it should be a red M. Anyway, yeah, no, I think between the Joker, Death the Wolf, and Hans Landa, we've hit three of the best movie villains of all time. Like I think Hans Landa, yeah, he's just I think Tarantino said he gave him that movie back because he thought that part was unplayable until
No, but then he found
yeah,
Christoph Waltz, and it was like
yeah,
I really love that. Obviously, he was a name, he was an actor and a very successful one before this. But I really feel that was the movie that really cemented to people how good that dude was. And
yeah.
it's just like, do you have? Well, it's just like I'm a detective, a damn good detective. Finding people was my specialty, so I lent my services to the Nazis. So yes, most of them were Jewish, but Jew Hunter, just a name that stuck. Well, you have to admit it is catchy. Do you have control over the names that people give you, Aldo the Apache and the Little Pert and the Little Man? It's just like, and as if to prove my point, I was actually quite surprised to see how tall you were in real life. That you were just a little fella and not circus midget little. It's such a great
Yeah,
exchange. It's such a great
yeah,
to say that Quentin Tarantino is good at dialogue is like no shit at
yeah,
this
he
point,
is,
but
yeah.
this just such crisp dialogue and interactions and little
And
physical
tension. He's really good at
tension.
tension. The scene where Hans Landa is talking to Shoshana after all those years,
Oh,
and
with the
they're
strudel,
just
baby,
they're just having a talk. Nothing's happening. Like quote
happening.
unquote, nothing's happening, right? But holy shit, is your
And then
asshole is clenched watching
he
that.
he leaves, and she finally just breaks down, hyperventilating. And
Yeah,
it's like, what would you do in that situation? The
yeah.
man who killed your family is sitting across the table from you, and he doesn't know who
And
you
you have
are.
to exchange niceties in polite
Niceties and share
society.
pastries with him. It's so
Yeah, yeah.
wait for the cream.
Wait for the cream. Uh, yeah, it's a that's yeah, I agree with that one for sure. Um,
Number
oh,
four for you.
we're in it here now. Number four. So I alluded to the we talked about the Dune movies a little bit. Denis Villeneuve is my favorite director going today, and
Okay.
my favorite movie that he's ever made to this point, 2016, Arrival. It's a sci-fi movie where Amy Adams is talks to aliens essentially. The aliens in this movie are really cool. It's the reason it's this high is because of the reveal at the end, which I don't want to spoil because it goes deep. It is like I mean, if you notice that like with some of my movies like Eternal Sunshine and Old Boy, I would say Arrival has a very similar like reveal in the end
Mm,
where you're like this ties everything together now in a certain way. And for me, it's just one of the most beautiful reveals in film that I've maybe ever seen. It basically asks the question like, would you, if you knew the outcome was going to break your heart, would you still choose love, basically? And she goes, yeah, yeah, 100%, yeah. And that's the best way I can put it. And but the way it gets there is just such a work of art. I think it's a
good
beautiful
choice.
movie in so many ways. Um, so yeah, and that's my number four, Arrival, number 2016.
Good
Uh,
choice, man.
Thank you.
For me, my number four is the only animated film on my list, even though I do think that there are many great animated films the last 20 years from Disney, from Pixar, from independent creators over in Japan, of course. But Japan is where we're going for this one. And I got to go again, kind of like with Sinners, I got to go with recency bias. But this movie just hit me where I live, man. I got to go with, based on the Tatsuki Fujimoto manga of the same name, I got to go with Look Back.
Look back. Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It
Oh, fine.
is it's a simple sell. It's about two middle school girls who form a friendship drawing manga together, and it has a lot to say about friendship, about artistic pursuits, maybe to one's own detriment in some aspects of their life. It asks the question of why would you invest your time, money, and energy into something, into a career, into a hobby, into anything that might not love you back, that might be very difficult, that might be very time consuming. And the film really tackles it in a great way. It's beautifully animated. It's beautifully voice acted in both the English and the Japanese dub. I would recommend the Japanese, but both are very well done. And if you are the type who has questioned your identity as an artist, who has like maybe collaborated with another person on art and maybe then they exit your life, it has a lot to say about those things. And it's a short
Mm.
film at a tight hour long. It's not very beefy. It's a very one for one translation of the book. And it was one of the only movies in the last few years that actually managed to nearly make me cry.
Yeah,
And that's a special one for me. So my number four, I'm going to give it to Look Back.
awesome. My number three from 2021, recency bias. Everything, everywhere, all at once. This movie hits everything for me. Hits all the things. It's got martial arts action. It's got overly deep philosophy. It's got heart. It's got Asian family. It's got family, but specifically got Asian family, and it's specifically got there's a queer member in our traditional Asian family. It's almost like this movie was made for me. Uh, and I there's a lot of people who may not connect with this movie because they think it's like it's too much or whatever. To me, here's what I would say: the whole multiverse thing. To me, that's not what I mean. It's a part of the movie, yeah, but it's not really what the movie is really about. It's about this depressed Asian girl whose mom will not accept that she's gay and accept her for who she is. And she's trying to express this to her mom. And what it stacks on top of that is a whole bunch of weird shit with like finger sausages and all that, and timelines and all that. But that's all on top of that. That's just the rest of the thing. That's not what the movie is. The movie is about a depressed girl trying to get her traditional mom to understand her. And it's
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is at its core. The rest of it is what it's all genre fun stuff with what's her name? Damn it.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis being there and K. Kwan's character as the father is one of the best portrayals of people always talk about, oh well, this is toxic masculinity. What's positive masculinity? This fucking guy, okay? That guy. This guy goes, hey, listen, I don't really know what's going on, but we could just like be nice to each other and also put uh eyes on things to bring it to life and stuff. And he's just a positive dude in their lives, all right? And I think to me it's a beautiful movie. I did cry watching this. Um it does definitely speak to me personally, but it's just I think it's also a ubiquitous story in a lot of ways. So, yeah, it's my number 3. Everything everywhere
Gonna
all at
go into
once.
my number three. I'm gonna take us all the way back to 2002 with this one.
Oh.
It had a long time coming. Third installment just hit theaters this summer. I said that there wasn't really that much horror representation on my list, but I got to give it to this one. In my opinion, the best zombie movie of the last 20 something years. I got to give it to 28 Days Later.
Yeah. Word. Yeah.
I recently rewatched it with friends because I knew the new one was coming up and I definitely wanted to give the original a rewatch. I forgot just how good it was, how good it
Mm,
is.
yeah.
There's the stuff everybody remembers. There's the scene of Killian Murphy walking through London abandoned for the first time, and it's such with East Hastings playing in the background, and it's so unsettling because just imagine how terrifying that would be if that happened to you. You woke up and just everyone was gone.
Yeah.
The infected are some of the scariest things ever put to film. The way they're filmed, the way they're shot, the way they just burst into frame sometimes is so jarring and so messed up. It's incredible. But what I don't think people talk about enough is just the all the little human moments in that movie and all the little things. There's this bit that I forgot about until I was watching it with my group again. There was this bit where Jim, the Killian Murphy character, is having like a nightmare. The group is fully assembled. It's the dad, it's the Brendan Gleeson character, it's his daughter, it's Naomi Watts, it's him, and they're camping out in this little area in the fields somewhere outside London, and he's having this nightmare that he's been left behind again, and he's all alone, and he's screaming and he's crying. Then all of a sudden, Brendan Gleeson just taps him on the head, and he's like, "It's okay, you're just having a nightmare." And he's lost his dad and his mom like earlier in the day, like only a day or so ago. He found out that they're dead, and he's like he's kind of half asleep. I think they took like a Xanax or something to go to sleep, and he kind of in a haze. He's like, "Oh, thanks, Dad." And I was like, I forgot about that and like how hard that hits. And
Yeah,
it's like it's such a and the fact that it's shot on like DV tape and it
yeah,
still looks like it has this such a unique look, such a unique presence, and just so just has like this punchiness and like this violence to it.
hmm.
28 Days Later, man, a cut above the fucking rest, in my opinion.
I have not seen that one, and me and the homie are probably gonna go watch the new one in theaters. So I should probably try to see this one first. You would say, right? I'm assuming based on this glowing review and putting it this high. Okay, I heard I've always heard it as the zombies can run movie. That's
It is. You know, I know it is. It is the
yeah,
zombies can run movie, but the zombies running is terrifying.
yeah,
There's the
yeah,
dude. There's a scene where they're trying to change a flat tire in like a tunnel somewhere, and like the fucking swarm of zombies is coming for him. It's
yeah,
fucking amazing, dude. I'm
yeah.
saying it's so
I mean,
good.
this is what I never. I mean, I will say what I never bought about zombie apocalypses is I just would never buy that if zombies couldn't run, that they could defeat humans. Even with the whole like, oh, if I bite you, you become one spread thing. I'm like, yeah, but if they can't run, they're not gonna catch enough people. But if they can run, it's fucking the world's up for grabs. It changes everything. Cool. So that's your number three. 20 days later. Cool. Um, wow, we're getting to there now. Not bad. It saddens me to say that I brought you this deep into the show, and I have to inform you that I cheated. I put two answers for my number two, just for fun. I listen, but you'll understand. You'll understand. I had to cheat, everybody. I had to cheat. My number two, A and B, are the Raid Redemption and the Raid 2 Barrendal.
Hell
Because,
yes. Well, 'cause that's a thing. That is an entirely justifiable decision, and I
yeah,
support you on this. I'm proud of
yeah,
you, son. I'm
yeah.
proud of you.
I mean, look, I could have just stacked them and pushed everything down one, but I feel like this is more accurate in a way because, listen, if you they're companions to each other. Um, they are very different movies, though. But they are in the same spirit. They're Indonesian martial arts movies. On Fight Film Fanatics, my martial arts podcast, our first episode is about the Raid Redemption, so please check that out. And this is the movie I tell everybody when they're like, I was like, oh, we got to watch a martial arts movie. I always ask them, have you seen The Raid? If you have not seen The Raid, that's what we are watching. I must show you The Raid. And after we watch
The
that,
raid.
we'll watch The
I
Raid
once
2
just
later.
I once described the raid to a friend as an action movie you show your friends who don't like action movies.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And like, oh, I don't know if I like action movies. No, you'll like this. Trust. You'll like this one. You'll trust me. Indonesian 2011, 2014. I am nothing makes me sadder than the fact that we will never see a Raid 3 as the director has now moved on to other things, sadly. But these movies launched these guys into stardom so much that they even got to be in the John Wicks and also Star Wars. Although their scene in Star Wars sucked ass, but at least they got to be in
It
it, so
did.
good for them. They
Mm.
got to, they got to be in it. But so no, I love these movies to death, and I think the Raid 2 specifically, I called the Godfather of martial arts cinema. It is
It
like
is.
like the Raid 1 is like an awesome movie, and the Raid 2 is a incredible film, bro. It's like fucking
Oh,
it has all the action of the first one, but then like even way
cinema.
better like storytelling and intrigue and shit. It's just it's incredible. So Those are my 2A and 2B. Ben.
Oh, if you're
Oh,
gonna pair any two films together, definitely go with that one. I can speak to the Raid and the Raid 2.
yeah.
Just your bones hurt by the end of those fucking movies. And it's
Yeah.
I listen, I'm not the first guy to say that, but choreography wise, intensity wise, just
Yeah.
film cinematography wise, just if you're gonna film action and hand to hand combat, that's the standard as far as I'm concerned. So I
Raise the
completely
standard.
understand.
Yep.
Raise the standard. Number two for me, got to pour one out for the late great David Lynch, and it was a challenge, but I picked the movie of his that definitely should go on this list. I'm gonna go with number two, Mulholland Drive.
I still haven't seen this. Oh,
Okay,
this is one
well,
of my
I'm
friend's
I'm
favorite movies, and he's been telling me about it for like 20 years. No shit. But I still have not
it
seen it,
is.
weirdly.
I'm not even saying this to be pretentious. I'm not saying this to be some hoity-toity letterbox writing douchebag. It's not the easiest film to describe verbally as I'm just talking to you, because to
Yeah.
describe the plot is really
No,
nothing.
I get you. It's a
It is
vibe. Before we use the term vibe for that. But yes,
it is
I've
it
heard it's a
is it is
vibe.
a vibe. It is a
Yeah.
vibe. It is one of the original vibes.
Mm-hmm.
It is a film that talks about a couple of things, talks about Hollywood, talks about self-perception, perhaps the lies we tell ourselves to cope with the nightmare of our own reality.
It's a little fame and
That's
careerism too, a little Black Swan-ish, but before
little
Black
fear
Swan,
and little
right?
fear and careerism, sure, not to
Yeah.
that extent, but it's there.
Yeah.
And it's reality blurring, your own reality, other people's reality, how you're perceived, how you perceive others. Again, I probably sound like the most pretentious museum tour guide in the world right now, but there's nothing really I can recommend more than just picking like a nice, dark, quiet night, putting this movie on, and just letting it happen.
Just let it
It
happen.
David Lynch makes those movies that you might not fully understand what's going on when you first watch it, but it's going to stick with you long after you're done with it. And it's his movies, they simply, all his movies ask of you is to just join me on this ride and allow yourself to be swept away by this bizarre story I'm telling you. But Naomi Watts, Justin Theroux, um, Laura Herring, everybody in this movie does such a good job. And by the end of it, like your brain is just swirling because you're just wondering what is going on here. I don't quite understand it. It's fucked up, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's so but I got it. But again, like obviously losing David Lynch was such a loss to
Yeah.
the world of film, the world of art in general. And I feel like I was torn between this and a later project of his, Twin Peaks: The Return,
I heard
which
that
is
ruled.
an
Yeah.
it ruled. And
Yeah.
I was debating with a friend of mine in another group chat of mine whether or not I could count that as a movie. I said yes. I think you can, because episodes of The Return have been shown in theaters to great effect.
Mm.
But I had to go with my gut on this one. And if I'm going with my gut, I'm going with Mulholland Drive. That's my number two.
Yeah. Yeah. My one of my best friends from childhood. This was like one of his favorite movies since we were like teenagers, but I still never seen it, weirdly. But yeah, that's definitely one I gotta throw add it to the list of things I gotta watch. Whew. Okay, we're here. We're here at the very end of it all. Now listen, you've looked at you've heard my list of movies. Okay. I got a bunch of martial arts stuff. I got some weird philosophical shit. I got Asian cinema. I got some animated movies. But listen, I'm not really that complicated a guy. Okay, I'm not really like I like I
None of us
listen.
are.
I look at I like philosophy. I love deep themes. I love art and all that. But at the end of the day, if you just make a movie that at the end of it, I'm just like, holy shit, that was the most fun I've ever had in a movie theater as an adult. I'm gonna put it up here. I've watched this movie a half dozen times now. 2015's Mad Max Fury Road. Oh, you
Good.
mean the movie where they
Well,
drive in one direction, they go back and drive the other one? Yes, that fucking movie. Yes. Oh, the movie that didn't
Yes.
have a script? Yeah, it didn't have a fucking script. It was
Script.
storyboarded because it's a visual masterpiece, the likes of
Peace.
which has never been seen before and will probably never be seen again. I like Furiosa, but it wasn't really on the same level, if we're being real. Okay. There will probably never be another Mad Max Fury Road. This guy's old now. Okay, what's his name? He made this movie when he was like 70. Now he's like 85 or whatever. I don't know how old he is.
He was a grandpa. He shouldn't be making
Yeah.
the action movies, but he did,
I don't
and it
know
was
how he did it
phenomenal.
in the first place, but we got it. Just consider yourself lucky that we got it. That's all else. Because holy shit, what a ride that movie is. And it's not like, okay, is it like a deep movie? No. But it's not a dumb movie. It's
No,
like about stuff. It clearly has like thematic shit going on. But it's also just a heart pounding, racing, fucking ride. It is an absolute ride visually. It's just, yeah, it's like he took the cool stuff from like his original Mad Max trilogy and just like really condensed the formula into a modern time, and it was just, it to me it's still the best movie I've seen this century. Fury Road. It is the king. It is the pirate. It is my pirate king on top, on top until it gets knocked off. And I will
Mariano,
always
who's
defend it.
ever welcome back today.
Bacala, yeah, yeah. So I will always
Good,
defend
no,
this movie.
sir. A very you don't even need to defend it. It's a justifiable, very fair choice.
There's people who are like, "Oh, there's no dialogue, motherfucker." Doesn't. Who cares?
Film is
What?
film is a visual medium. You don't like that? Go read a book,
Oh,
motherfucker.
it's
No
just
one cares.
they just drive one way and drive the other. There's no plot. No, there is a plot for one, but whatever. There's world building. It's fine. I understand. I know you understand, Ben, obviously, and most people do. But like there's always people who uh shout down anything that's amazing. So, Ben,
So I gotta. This one I labored over, but
mm,
we're living in a rough time.
to say the least.
It's it's a rough time to be an artist.
Yeah.
It's a rough time to be a person, and I'm speaking as, at the bare minimum, a bisexual white guy who's Jewish. And I don't have the tact or nuance to comment on all the socioeconomic, racial, and rough issues going on at this time that were going on in the 2010s that are still going on now. And every so often, you need to watch a film, a piece of art that just reminds you, hey, in this weary world of ours, it wouldn't hurt to be a little polite and show people a little kindness. And with that in mind, I got to give it to my number one pick, my favorite movie of maybe of what I think is the best movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. I got to give it to Wes Anderson and the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh wow. 2014 strikes again. I saw this in theater, so I remember 2014 as well. Yes, please, Ben. Love this movie as
It's
well.
Me and my brother are big Wes Anderson guys, him more than me. And he was the one who really pushed this movie on me. You know, I got to give it to my brother on this one because he was absolutely right. Because this one hit me hard when I first saw it, and it's stayed with me ever since. I have it on Blu-ray out on my shelf. It's it's a film that it's not the most complicated story. It's
Yeah.
a madcap adventure starring a concierge and his bellhop,
Hmm.
played by the great Ralph Fiennes. And I want to get his name right because I always mess it up, and I want to get his name right here. Um, Tony Revolori, he played Zero Mustafa in the movie, and he was fantastic. And of course, you have all of Wes Anderson's usual favorites: Bill Murray, Jason Schwartzman, Edward Norton, Owen Wilson, Willem Dafoe, Adrian Brody. They all rise to the occasion in this movie, but just it really is like just seeing this world, how it's constructed, like the way it's filmed, the way it's shot, the way it's presented, the way it's edited, and it's such a warm, inviting world, and you just want to spend time with these people. You just want to be here, and there's this line that I love in this film. It's at the end of the movie. The framing device of the movie, which is kind of a framing device within a framing device within a framing device. It's a girl reading a book, and it's about a guy recounting another experience he had, and this other thing. And
Yeah.
it's so strange. But there's this line where damn it, I want to get his name right because I always just give me just one moment here. I want to get his name properly right here. Jude Law
Yeah.
plays the author, and he's essentially the narrator for a bulk of it, and for a chunk of it. And he asks the F.W. Murray character, the older Zero, why like he kept the hotel. Was it to like maybe feel a connection to his old life and all this other stuff? And he asks him like, is it your way of preserving your friend's old world? And what he says is, we shared a vocation. It wouldn't have been necessary. To be frank, I think his world had vanished long before he even entered it. But I will say, he certainly sustained the illusion with a marvelous grace. And it's one of my favorite lines in anything. And it's a
Yeah.
melancholy ending. It's not a very happy ending because you kind of learn, hey, it didn't really work out in the long term for anybody. Like it was a sad end, but you got to hold on to the happy stuff in life and, be polite, be kind, be. It's a
Yeah.
film that means a lot to me. So, what I consider to be the best movie of the 21st century, I got to give it to the Grand Budapest Hotel. Mr. Wes Anderson, take a bow.
Yeah, I mean, I really like that movie as well. I mean, it's correct me if my memory serves, but so Tony Rivoli's character, he inherits the hotel up until he's talking to Jude Law, right?
Oh
So
no, he still owns it very
right,
much so during that conversation.
but him and his girlfriend, they were able like they got married or whatever, but she had like passed and all that, and then
Well,
so
they make
that's
it
what's
on.
melancholy, but
They say they mentioned that they were married, they had a
right.
kid, caught like some kind of early 19th century like plague or fever of some kind, and they died. So,
Did the kid
and the
also
Ralph
die? Oh,
Fiennes,
I think that's what I don't
yeah,
remember.
and
Okay,
the Ralph Fiennes character, he got shot on the train
yeah, yeah.
defending him. So it's not the happiest of endings, but like, hey, he still has
But
this dignity
those
and grace and
moments,
affection for it, and it's like, hey,
yeah,
what happened, but I wouldn't change anything that I went through.
yeah.
He
It's
shows the little pen and he's like, I keep the hotel for Agatha. We were happy here for a time, for a
they
little
were,
while.
and that's, I mean,
And in a day and age where everything's becoming more cynical and scary and mean.
yeah. No, I agree. It's my favorite Wes Anderson movie. I think maybe I've seen. I know there's a lot of competition there, especially for the people who really love his stuff. But I saw that movie in theaters with the homie Ryan Crawford. If you're ever watching this, my dude, I remember. We saw that together, and yeah, it was very charming, and yeah, like you said, melancholy, but weirdly hopeful. In a weird way because it's like because then we see like other people reading the story and it has a almost like Princess Bride like framework in that way.
Yes,
I would almost
very much
say.
so.
Yeah.
Good comparison, I would say. Good comparison.
Yeah. Yeah, so there we did it. Everybody, those are our lists of our favorite movies of the century thus far. Ben, thank you so much for joining me for
Of
this and
course.
lending
Thank
your
you for having me.
expertise.
This was sorry if I got a little. You know what? Fuck it. I'm done apologizing.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Loved it.
I loved being a pretentious, slightly stoned film fan and talking about the movies that I love with a deep degree of reverence and talking about them with somebody that I really love chatting with. So hats
Hell
off to
yeah.
you, sir. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me on. This was an absolute delight.
Yeah, we have to do more of these, more movie stuff, and One Piece. That'll definitely be a thing we'll do at
Please,
some
let's
point.
go.
Yeah.
I talk about Captain Rocks. God damn it.
Yeah. The first Pirate King. What?
I want to
Um,
talk about Loki. God damn it.
Ben, please plug your things. I'll edit this part
Oh,
in.
of course, of course. Not a ton at the moment, but I'd love to throw out three shout outs. Check out my YouTube channel. You can follow me at Benjamin Falbo on YouTube. No content at the moment, but I'm working on some stuff and I'll have some things in the pipeline, of course. Stay subscribed there. If you want to follow Twitter for my weird wrestling and movie opinions, you can follow me at Falbo_Benjamin. Follow me there. And I'd like to throw a little bit of a shout out here to two YouTube channels, actually. First, I'm going to plug my buddy Raymond Sanchez's new wrestling company, Respect Wrestling. Just had a wonderful first outing. Had to shout that out, obviously. Good on him and a wonderful first event. And I'm going to throw it out to my good friend Matthew Ryan and his YouTube channel, Yelling, and his now very thriving series, Historically Speaking, where he talks about the forgotten aspects of professional wrestling history from the territory days and beyond. Love, wonderfully researched, wonderfully edited, and it's really taking off. So, Respect Wrestling, Historically Speaking, Raymond Sanchez, Matt Ryan, check out both of those shows. Wonderful stuff. And a couple more things coming down the pipeline that I can't really get into right now, but I look forward to sharing those as they develop, and keep listening to this wonderful show and keep supporting this wonderful man right here because it's a good old time. So enjoy yourself.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Ben. We'll see you next time.